First of all, do what you love.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you really love. And if you love too many things like me, that's a problem, right? But then you can actually go back and remember when you were maybe 8 or 10 and see what you were really good and you were really loving doing in that time. Maybe it was dancing, it was playing an instrument, it was drawing, it was whatever it is. So for me, it was drawing. So when I was a kid, I read a lot and I used to love drawing. So I became an illustrator, also a self-taught illustrator, you see. So in that sense, when you start like listening to that, and then you find the answers right there. Mm-hmm. Then the second one is do it. When you find what you really want to do, what you love to do it to the best of your abilities. Do it to the best of your abilities. So do it with your heart. Do it fully compromised to it. And the third one, I would say, do it with no expectations.
That's a good one.
And this is very important because you see so many times, let's say I set a campaign and maybe it fails. So if you expect too much from something, I'm like, oh, no, it's just a learning process. It's like, okay, let's tweak it and let's remake it and let's send it another time or whatever. So what I found is just learning, learning all the way. Talking about my business specifically, I was kind of like a pioneer. So that gives me like an advantage, when I reinvent myself in 2009, I started doing mostly printed tops with my design. So it's kind of like my art, my idea of my sensitivity as a designer or as a commercial artist, whatever you want to call it. Then, so I'm doing something that I love. I'm putting this on a product. In this case, since I had experience doing that, because I had businesses similar businesses like that for many years, so I say, okay, I'm gonna combine those two things: my love for yoga and my ability. So this is what and it could be something else, And so if you are a great speaker, or if you do music or whatever it is that your talent is, but you also like yoga and you want to start a yoga business. So the mind, the frame of mind that you have to be is like, okay, how can I combine my passion with my talent?
Okay.
My skills with my passion. What is it that I'm really good at? You just don't want to start a business of something that you're not good at. That's a bad idea. That's a really bad idea. I mean, you can have businesses, you can buy businesses, you can start businesses, you cannot even be there. You don't have to work on those businesses, because a business is actually something that produces you money, and you don't really have to be there. Because if you have to be there all the time, you're actually more like an employee.
It's a job.
It's a job. Yeah. So it's not a business until you don't have to be there all day. If you want to be there, if you want to show up and oversee the business, is fine, and that's actually a really good idea. Mm-hmm. But if you have to be there 9 hours a day, 8 hours a day, or 10 hours a day, or 15 hours a day, whatever, you just have a job. You don't have a business. Even if the business is producing, so-called business, you have a job. Yeah. So you got to be careful with that.
And that's something that I talk about a lot in the